Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to At the Gates. Things are going well here. I think we are headed in a good direction. We know where we're going in general. All of our resources per the turn are very slowly popping up over here in this empty space. I'm not sure why. And I do want to apologize in advance. I might sound a little rough. I was just outside doing stuff, and just being out there in the cold for a couple of minutes really tore my throat up. It is freezing out. It's like negative 18 here, I think, Fahrenheit, which I guess in Celsius is napkin math, like negative 25, between negative 25 and negative 30. And it's going to get colder. The reason I was outside doing stuff is because there was stuff I wanted to get done before I come inside and don't leave the house again for 72 hours, because it's going to drop by like another 20 or 30 degrees for the next couple of days. If you live in the US, in the Midwest, don't go outside. Just don't go outside. It's not safe. Anyway, what are we doing here? I need a couple of things. Number one, we need to keep training. Number two, I need to remember to use my upgrades. We are building tools to make that possible. Number two, we need to get back on iron production, because it turns out I have almost depleted our stockpile. Our iron mine ran out, you know? What are you going to do? This guy is identifying this deposit. If we're lucky, it'll be another big fat iron deposit. If it's not, he'll run over there and start working on that one, but we need to get renewable iron mining going, so that's a priority for the near future as well. We're not super great on food. We have some time to correct that. Like, as soon as we get the cheese-making thing going, we're never going to have to think about food again, it seems like. It's such a huge amount of food that you produce. So yeah, getting our iron back under control, because we're using iron for a ton of things, is probably our next goal. Also, a caravan just arrived. We could just buy ourselves a bunch of iron, I assume. Yeah, it's not super expensive. Why don't we just buy this 15 iron? That'll be what we do here. So, in order to do that, we're going to need 25 more treasure. How do I get 25 treasure? Well, we still have lots of timber incoming, and we don't need our timber nearly so badly anymore. We probably have more salt than we're going to need, maybe ever. We could just sell a bunch of salt. Actually, it's not even that much salt, is it? I'm gonna oversell here. We're gonna buy all of the iron. That'll keep us running for a few more turns until we get things settled a little bit. We do actually have the stone blocks now to build an iron mine. That probably should be the thing we do with these blocks. And with 15 leftover treasure, is there anything here that we particularly want to buy? I guess one thing we might want to think about is that we've seen a number of things now that ask for boards, and we really don't have board production even sort of in our intellectual pipeline. I'm not even thinking about it. So maybe we want to buy these boards just in case we suddenly need some. It'll be 40, so I'd have to generate another 25, which we honestly probably will just do by selling salt. Yeah, alright. I feel comfortable with that. Give me all of your fine boards. Okay. Salt's relatively valuable for how easy it is to extract. I mean, I guess you gotta get lucky and find some. Okay, who's busy? You have identified this large coal deposit. Well, we are bringing in the coal. We're not bringing it in fast enough, actually. No, I want you to just mine this. I kind of want him to come home and build that. I mean, I guess I was thinking come home, train him as a miner, have him build that iron mine we were talking about, but we do have some people we could train and stuff. Let's see. Okay, you don't actually want to leave the settlement. So yeah, it probably actually would be a good idea to have him come home. We'll be negative on coal for a while. But we have a lot of it, and we're not that negative. Yeah. Let's have him come home and become a miner. Okay, and with this Tinkerer's upgrade available, let's talk about how best to use all these tools and stuff. I believe it does not require any training time at all to get an upgrade. So, like you... Okay, we can spend some steel to increase our tool production. We have good steel production going, and we don't actually need it for stuff yet, so I'm comfortable with that. And yeah, you're just upgraded immediately. Okay, cool. So you need 10 tools to increase the metal output from our structures. Yeah, that's probably... Right? That's probably a pretty good idea. So your profession is steelmaking. This is not... What I'm just trying to make sure of here is that this does not refer to... Oh, actually, you know what, though? Maybe we don't spend tools on this? Because he's level 9 and almost full. We could actually get a free upgrade, conceivably. So what about the other people? You're making stone blocks, you're making stone blocks. We could upgrade either of you to get the stone blocks faster. I'm not 100% certain we need that, though. So maybe what we want to spend our tools on is turning this guy into a tinkerer. I think that's probably it. So we're going to wait for the watchman training to finish, and then we're going to spend tools on making that guy into a tinkerer, which means that you... Maybe I don't need more tools right now. Maybe we should pause this. Reduce our... You know what? We're going to need a lot of tools, though, in total. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What do we still need to research? Well, we can upgrade our farmers. Spend tools to get extra stuff out of the farms. Yeah, okay. I like this. That's a good use for all of these tools. Yeah, at this point we're mostly experiencing our bottleneck here is really just a time bottleneck. Okay, well, I hope Clan Warren is fine with living out in the wilderness and mining iron for us for the rest of forever, because that is apparently all I'm ever going to let them do. We should probably make sure we're pursuing minor upgrades as well. And then, frail and curious. They don't like to get in trouble. Start with a level in Discovery and would love to stay in Discovery. Might get upset if forced into a settled profession, but has -1 move. It's an awkward combination of stats there. What's up, Clan Hulbert? You did a crime, you get punished for time. Do the crime, suffer for all time. You know, that's what they always say. As Scruff McGruff once told us. So where exactly do we want this? I guess if I put it right here, then a single fortification... It gets all the stuff around it, and then a single fortification has it grabbing these as well. If we put it right here, it'll grab that. I guess if we put it right here, it'll grab everything. Yeah, so... No, sorry. You go to here instead. Disregard earlier orders. Probably here, actually, right? It just gives us more total coverage. And we are going to retrain... yeah, we have to retrain Hulbert, because they lost their job when we punished them. And they're going to take forever to train, because they lost all their... Yeah, man. Punishing people is harsh. That said, I think we need this. Sucks to have to do 10 turns of training on that. Okay, farmers. We do have access to the this farmer upgrade. How do I apply it? We click here. Okay. Let's just go ahead and upgrade both of our farms. Oh, I don't actually have the tools for that. Never mind. We will upgrade that other farm soon, though. So we have good uses for our tools. Clan Hulbert is mad. Oh, for real, we need parchment. That's got to be something we think about soon. We just need more people. We need, even more than more people, what we need is more training time. I think part of what's happening here is that we are experiencing the consequences of me not investing in fame enough early. We should have more people than this, and we should have had plenty of time to train them into stuff. Good things to know for next time. So, what are we on next? We have our steel toolsmith available. I mean, we know we do need to pick this up. We may as well get steel weaponsmith and steel armorsmith, and we can figure out exactly how we're going to make that all work later. Once that guy's a tinkerer, and then we upgrade him once with the upgrade that we learned, we should see this drop, like, very considerably. Okay, you guys get to enter the settlement. Now they want to become a settled profession, is that right? Or as the resident of a structure. Well, bad news. The training queue is full. Yeah, punishing people is unfortunate. Oh, Enroute is happy. It said this desire has been granted, but I figured that they were confused. I guess they just wanted to they wanted to find a warm place. If I have them leave the settlement now, will the desire become Oh yeah, the wheat farm ran out. Will the desire become ungranted, or are they cool? Like, do they keep feeling that desire, or does it go away? Let's move them away from the settlement, and we'll see if they get angry at us again. We are negative on food. Like, that has to get resolved. And winter is coming. It is late June. Well, we could buy some food, right? Wait, can we? Is there food I mean, there's animals. Not ideal. We're still negative on iron, but it's much less bad than it was. One horse is turned into 5 food if your tribe is starving. So, this is 6 gold for 5 food. If we run out of food. Same deal with cattle. And we can't buy food in any other way. Well, what I want to do is buy cattle, right? We want to stack up as many cows as possible for cheese making. We want to sell stuff to get more cheese. I guess we have a ton of timber. And we're not really using it very quickly. Let's sell like a bunch of timber. Buy more cows. Hey, you know what? Let's buy the rest of the cows. I need 24 more money. Alright, we got this great big stockpile of animals. I have no idea where we're keeping them. I mean, he seems cool. I don't actually know what I want to do with him. I was just kind of testing, but like we don't really have a need for a surveyor anymore. We could continue to explore all of these deposits, but those are not mine. So basically I don't care. Yeah, I mean, go and chill in the settle. Are you the kind of guy who... Hold on. Are you the kind of guy who causes trouble when you are in the settlement? You are less likely to commit theft, but hey, everybody commits theft sometimes, right? Alright, get in the settlement. Just chill for a minute. You need to continue eternally gathering wood from this forest. Turns out you can deforest an area remarkably quickly if you think about the amount of time in terms of game years that has gone by and the amount of spaces he has removed all of the trees from. He's very efficient. Can't say he doesn't know what he's doing. Alright, so that'll be good for us. Here comes even more timber. So if we're going to eat animals, I hate to do this, but is there a way to like prioritize? Enable substitution for food on all of the animals that aren't sheep. Sorry, sheep. Listen, it's not the plan. The sheep just may have to go first. You know, like, there's no way I'm going to build... Right? There's no way I'm going to build actual sustainable mines on all of these iron deposits. I'm just going to have him dig on one of them for now. We can afford to run one out, I think. It wouldn't be a big deal. We just don't have the time to retrain him right now, but we do need to fix the iron issue. Turns are flying by. I can't remember. Were we told whether or not this is going to be... Sorry, what's up? Why can't he forage here? There's a great big iron deposit. It's not cold. When I mouse over this, it simply says currently disabled. Can I get a little mouse over on that? About over here. What is... Why? Currently disabled? Why? For what reason? To what end? Nope, just currently disabled. F. F is for forage. No, he won't. He refuses. Well... Well, he just won't... It's going to be 2 turns until the Tinkerer is done training. I guess at this point we can bring him back. I really thought he was just going to be able to do that. I didn't think we were going to have a problem. Alright, so him creating an iron mine can be our next training priority. We can visit the caravan and buy iron for now. I'll just sell salt, right, to cover this. Oh, and there's fish and fruit available. So let's sell a bunch of salt. We can afford to sell quite a bit. And it sells very well. Let's buy all of their iron. Also all of their boards. Also... I mean, we could sell a little bit more salt and just buy, like... How much salt do I need to have on hand? I'm making it... You know what? I'm going to sell all the salt. We're making it quickly, and we don't actually have a way of using it just yet. And then we're just going to buy all of the fish. Do I also want to buy all of the fruit? Because we could sell some stuff. We can make that happen. Turns out I may have more stone blocks than I actually need. We got to retrain one of our stone block people into something else, probably. But yeah, we can definitely afford to part with some stone blocks. That'll cover this, and then still leave us with a bunch of money left over. With which we could buy... I don't even know what. Nothing, I guess. We'll just hold off for now. And that puts us in a pretty good spot. We now have enough iron to cover the time until this guy is retrained, probably. At least I hope so. Yep. Research time has gone down tremendously. And we're going to upgrade these guys. And then, oh, hold on. I have to press the enter settlement button on those guys. You become a miner. It's going to be 8 turns, really? Man, everybody's punished. Everybody's so mad at me all the time. I can never retrain anybody quickly because everybody hates us, and I need parchment to fix that. But I need to stop having minor emergencies in order to have enough time to get my parchment production up. It looks like we're going to be able to just pass turn a bunch of times in quick succession here. And now train steel weaponsmiths. Not that you will, but you could if you wanted to. Now, let's get steel armor smiths available as well. Alright, so what other upgrades do we have available? Ah, these guys hit level 10. Get that free upgrade. Look at that, we're doing it. So who's going to stay on this? It probably is Clan Relindis. So I'll buy them the upgrade. And then we'll retrain Clan Giesbert and something else in the near future. We do have minor upgrades as well. We may as well take them since we have tools and we're producing tools very quickly. What are the Watchman upgrades? Out of curiosity. What would you... Okay, there aren't any. In fact, a lot of these professions... Oh, well, I guess we can't see upgrades on production, or on professions we don't have yet. Okay, so... We don't have any upgrades available for you, or you, or you. Trying to make sure that we're actually making use of all these tools. Toolmaker might not be too far from getting retrained either. Alright. And there's no point in pulling these guys off of this because we can't retrain them into anything else. What else are we going to have them do? I guess they could just build wheat farms. Yeah. Man is a farmer, I suppose. We can have him build a real stone wheat farm. Since we are no longer short on stone blocks at all. Yeah, you just move here and... Cannot construct right now. Is it too cold? Am I not allowed to construct within the cold? Oh, that stupid thing happened again. Right, I should have remembered that that was going to happen. Well, you can come down here and build there. Right, I forgot about the extremely obviously not intentional behavior of abandoning one of your buildings. And Alberic has joined our tribe. Tough and stoic. Man, what a nice group of guys. So, I don't know what we're going to have you do. Obviously, making a military unit sounds pretty alright. Clan Adelhard has become upset. What is your desire? You want to go inside? Is that it? Resident of a structure. Well, do I have good news for you? Yeah, he deforests things really quickly. Not that we necessarily need him to keep foraging. We have enough timber for quite some time. And how much longer until it stops snowing? It'd be really good if it was not winter for us right now. Okay, Clan Orange is now a miner. Get out here and mine this up. I cannot enter these tiles because they have a blizzard. Well, that's very inconvenient. Also kind of hard to see. Okay, so we're retraining somebody in something. We have a bunch of people who are idle. Some of whom aren't even punished, who would gladly become something. Okay, so you really want to go outside, but I don't have a useful thing for you to do out there. You could be retrained into a different crafting profession easily. But what we really need is cheese making. So, sorry, you're going to have to learn about livestock now. I mean, hold on. Is he the cheesemaker? Maybe he's not even the guy. You guys... I mean, we could make them combat units because they're tough. But maybe the fact that they won't cause trouble in the city is a good enough reason to have them be in the city. Right, maybe they just become cheesemakers. Yeah, okay. They'll become cheesemakers. We could stop producing bricks, but we don't have to, right? And if we're gonna keep, as long as we can keep stockpiling safely, there's no reason to not train an idle clan in something useful. Alright, you guys can finally get onto the resource now. Get me a proper plantation. Although, I don't know how badly we need a wheat plantation, given that we're about to have a cheesemaker online. Oh, he just needs movement. Okay. For a second there, I thought he was going to, again, just be like, disabled right now. Sorry. Don't know what to do about it. Alright. There we go. Clan Adelhard is now happy because they are the resident of a structure, which is good. I think that positively affects their production or something. I don't know. I don't know. Who even knows anymore with these guys? So, what do we buy? What do we need? We've made quite a bit of money. I mean, I'll buy boards. And then we will not buy... yeah, I don't really need anything else. I guess, actually, I should buy some of these. Let's go ahead and sell some stone bricks. And then buy some weapons, because we currently don't have weapon production online, but I do want to do some fortification. We can now add apprentice slots to things. So if we spend boards, an additional clan sharing the profession of the structure's original builder will join it, and then we'll get extra stuff. We can do that in a lot of our structures. It's just plus fame per turn in the watchtower. You know, I don't hate that. We also don't really have enough bodies for people to have apprentices and stuff right now. Yeah. So let's fortify this watchtower so as to grab the sheep. Or we can fortify this watchtower to fix its broken... Oh, right, but it's been fortified a bunch, so it needs more tools. Needs more objects. Okay, I'll fortify this once. Alright, now we have all of the knowledge, in theory, that we need to complete our major objective. I don't know that we necessarily will not benefit from more research, though. Like, obviously, we should keep looking stuff up. So we can get fine cloth, which is used for what? Ennobling clans and training a couple of really fancy civilian professions. You know, like a cleric. Producing a massive amount of knowledge. Well, that's certainly not a thing we desperately need right now. It would probably be a good idea for us to have the knowledge of how to make someone a logger. At some point, we can bring home our timber gathering clan and have them set up a logging camp over here. We found a really, really nice place. Do we have a bard running right now? No, we don't actually have anybody generating fame. Are we getting all of our bonus fame from the fact that we're a kingdom? Yep. Seems to be working. So what do we need? We could research some cheesemaker upgrades. Cheese production increased by half. You know, that's not terrible. We probably don't actually need this guy to be a tinkerer for too much longer, but I also can't really easily retrain him, so... Okay, so we now have a cheesemaker. Right? Yeah, you. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade you immediately. So how much cheese will he be able to make right now? We only have 15 cows. Right. It's not showing the tooltip anymore. I would like the tooltip, please. There we go. So, we have enough horses for him to make horse cheese. 15 horse cheese per turn. But obviously, the plan is to build a ranch on this massive supply of cows. So, can we train somebody in that? So you want to be something outside the settlement in... Yeah, that's tough. Outside the settlement in Discovery is tough. You guys are good at... nothing really. Resource production reduced. But as a rancher, you don't produce anything, right? You just hang out. So I'm going to train him as a rancher because I think him being angry might actually not negatively affect that. It's possible, at least. And then what else do we need? If we get shepherds, our animal pastures can produce new livestock. You have to have steel tools to make shepherds, but we have the ability to make steel tools. Is this the first thing we've seen that actually generates new resources? It's not like it's not consuming to turn one thing into another. It's actually just making more stuff. Oh hey, you do make war horses out of horses. Apparently you make 2 war horses out of each horse. Are war horses very small? It just seems like there wouldn't be enough horse material in one horse to make 2 other horses unless those horses were very small. Huh. I don't think we need that. We probably actually do we actually have to build the units? Main clan is Roman Legion. Yeah, we probably have to actually research the ability to make Roman legions, don't we? Show more? Show all? No, it must just be that button there. What does the quartermaster do? Ah. Okay. Just upgrade warriors. That's fine, I guess. Like, I don't know that we necessarily need to continue up the honor path, because we're not in a situation here that really requires us to engage militarily with anybody. Although, I suppose there's something to be said for conquering some of our neighbors just to unlock more clans to play as. Yeah, you know what? Let's do some of this research. We'll get knights. And we'll, as we're waiting for our guys to train, because it takes quite a while to go through this whole process, right? Performing this action results in the clan you choose disappearing from the map for 24 turns, after which it reappears in your settlement in its new role. Once you've done this 5 times, you can win the game. Once this force has been assembled in your settlement, you may send them forth, at which point they disappear from the map for another 24 turns. So actually, it's going to take a really long time to do all this, and during that time we can be conquering our neighbors. I wonder what a good, victory timing is. Obviously, we're going to win this game pretty slowly. 406 AD. Yeah, it's going to be 420 AD before we're anywhere near victory. Well, actually, you probably don't have to train one clan at a time as Roman legions, do you? Because that would be tedious. By the time you can afford to do this, you've pretty much, you're no longer in any danger of losing. Okay, so we're not actually gaining food. Is our cheese guy not running? Hey, cheese guy, what the hell? What's the deal, man? Consumes 1 salt per turn, produces... He should be producing 15 cheese, because we have at least 20 horses. Maybe it doesn't work if I have... Let's see something here. I wonder if this option interferes with it. Because there's no other reason he shouldn't be producing cheese, right? We have the animals and we have the salt. No, but it still looks like he's not producing food. Oh no, I am getting plus 22.5 from cheese. Huh, weren't we only slightly negative before? I thought we were I guess we were minus 0.7 before, but if we're producing 22.5 from cheese. Alright, hold on. Unlike all other resources, it is stored as a number of turns rather than a specific quantity. So we have 55.7 turns of food in our stockpile, not food in our stockpile. Okay, that's why. I was reading this as just a number. The tribe is consuming 0.2 times as much food as it produces, and this deficit will be converted into minus 0.2 stored turn. Wait, we're consuming 0.2 times as much food as we produce. Am I misunderstanding that? Because it looked... Consuming 0.2 times as much food as it produces sounds to me like we're producing 20% of our of the amount of food we produce. Which, this is just wrong, right? Because if you look at the numbers down here, we are definitely consuming more than we are producing. Okay. Well, maybe we need another cheese guy. I mean, it is worth noting, our cheese guy is going to get a big boost from this rancher. Okay, we're still nowhere on iron. We are producing iron, but not enough iron. We can train men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are pretty good, I assume. 30 power. That's not bad. What's a knight? 60 power. There's not a military unit that is better than a knight. Alright, train me in knights. Let's learn about knights. Let's figure out how knights work. You were hunting, you have run out of thing to hunt. So, we could go exploring looking for more stuff to hunt. Or, as ever, you could just come home and retrain in something else. We still need a lot of food. Also, the come home and train in something else plan has the same issue it always has, which is that we just don't have the time to train you right now. Alright, so here at the caravan, what do we need? You know what I need is a huge amount of parchment, actually. I just need, the most parchment. Let's sell a whole bunch of salt, because we can. I do wish these buttons wouldn't move around. I definitely clicked sell 1 a moment ago when I meant to click sell 10, because the buttons just jump all over the place when you buy and sell stuff. Alright, so we should be trying to stockpile parchment. So we're going to need a whole bunch of parchment. We may as well buy all of their boards, because we can just buy all the boards every time. We could upgrade the caravan again. It will reliably always have 20 parchment. I'm noticing that sometimes important words in the tooltips have like red underneath their yellow to like really, hey, this is a very important thing here. But why is timber outlined as being extra important in this tooltip? I'm not sure I understand that. Well, I mean, sure, let's upgrade the caravan again, right? We'll hold the rest of our treasure. Actually, no, we should buy any iron the caravan has. Yeah, okay. So I think in a sense, we've already won. Not that we've literally already won, but I think the point of the game where we could lose is past now. So we could just restart and try to have a cleaner run out from here. Hey, now that's odd. Why do I have control right there? But I think I do want to push on through the end, even though this might be not that exciting of an ending as we sit here and wait for things to convert and then wait for our guys to go to Rome. Because I do want to see it all happen. I want to make sure that there's nothing unexpected left for us. Okay, no animals over here. I guess we probably are just coming home then. We need to be generating our own parchment. I need to be able to forgive people, because we're definitely suffering somewhat from the fact that some people once committed crimes and can never be forgiven for their crimes. And that will help a lot with our training times as well. Part of the reason that we're so training bottlenecked is that it takes forever to train angry clans. So we do have the ability to make parchment, right? I think we pursued that. Rancher, you need to get over here and ranch. No? I selected the settlement. There we go. Rancher, you need to get over here and ranch. A nice gentle winter is exactly what I'm looking for. Alright. So we need... Did I actually get the ability to make parchment? No. No, I totally didn't. Well, that's a shame. We might need another miner. Just thinking, like, we're not producing enough iron still. We could retrain the tool maker. I mean, we have enough tools for right now, but that's not necessarily going to continue to be the case. The moment we stop producing them, we're going to suddenly have a big run on them, right? We can retrain this guy as a miner. I'm just thinking if we do that, then we can set up a second iron mine. Because we desperately need more iron. Yeah, okay. That's reasonable. He's going to lose all of his fancy crafting expertise, but the fact is, we do not need steel blocks at the rate that we are producing them. We might not need any more steel blocks at all, or stone blocks rather, at all, frankly. Man, caravans here like every 5 minutes. This caravan has... Well, we should definitely buy all this stuff. Sorry, I should sell some salt, as ever. And then we should buy all this. That's almost enough parchment to forgive somebody. Next time the caravan comes around, we'll be able to make that happen. That is how that works, right? We just pick somebody, we right-click on this, removes all crimes from this clan, and that will make them less angry, maybe? -1 for being punished. It doesn't actually say that they will get happier if we forgive their crimes. But what other purpose could forgiving crimes actually have? Oh, this can only be performed if you have an instructor, though. The instructor does not lower the cost, although it sure looks like it lowers the cost. I think there's some issue with the tooltips here. Some of these are reporting an improper value. Okay. So, instructor is the next thing we will train after we train the basic idea of knights. We have crazy cloth. We have way more cloth than we need. We could produce some oil, and then actually be able to heal up this... Oh, I should have bought oil from the caravan, because we knew this very wounded clan was coming home. Alright, we got a new... Ooh, wow. Well, aren't you festive? No extra move points needed to enter foresty-type tiles. but also very bad at moving around in the world. Well, you're not really a great fit for our needs right now, man. I am afraid to say. Like, we started last episode by complaining about how we've never seen stone before, and man, we really need stone. I sure hope we find some stone. And now I have all these stone deposits, and I'm never ever going to use them for anything. Oh, I did not spend tools to do this. I might not actually need 2 miners with the upgrades. You know what? Whatever. Miner tools upgrades. You can buy upgrades for classes that your people currently aren't, as long as they ever were that thing. Seems kind of odd. But yeah, let's just do this now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, who's training in what? You don't want to be within the settlement. Yeah, you're a real problem. Okay, what would you guys be good at? We probably want them to just stay inside because frail. So, or they could be in a structure too. Oh wait, we do have a method of producing parchment. That's right. Well, trappers can harvest parchment or cloth. However, doing so depletes the herbs much faster than producing them with the help of a pasture and a refining profession like the parchment maker. Yeah, what we really want is a parchment maker. Like a really efficient way of doing this thing. We can research that soon. You know, I'm going to make him a trapper for now. We're going to send him out. He's going to get parchment from some animals outside of our borders, maybe. Because it would be really nice if we just had a source of pasture. Alright, so ranches also increase the size of the herd over time. Structures built from stone blocks. Yeah, okay, so it will add all these cows to our stockpile, and more cows will be born over time. That seems very, very good. And then our cheesemaker is going to go nuts on the food production. Something I don't know is whether the cheesemaker, the different methods of making cheese stack. Like, it says or, not and. So does he just pick the one that produces the most cheese? Or can we get 25 cheese per turn because we have 40 cattle, and also 15 cheese per turn because we have 20 horses? If I made 2 cheesemakers, like in the situation where we have those cattle over there, so we have 55. I wonder if a second cheesemaker is like really powerful, or if it would maybe... I don't know. Let's pick up parchment makers. Well, if we're going to have a guy go out and trap to create parchment. Now, you know what? Hold on. I'm just going to produce treasure for... Can we cancel the training? I'm just going to train that guy as a proper parchment maker. I didn't realize the research was going to be quite so fast. You get to create an iron mine. That should solve our iron problems. Having 2 functional iron mines up. Oh, good. And here comes winter. So we are now making 38.75 cheese per turn, which is pretty great. And the cheese making continues to work during the winter, which is really cool. So we would expect to see, if he's producing cheese from both the cows and the horses, we would expect to see 40 cheese, right? Also, we have 135 cows. Jesus. Yes, we'd expect to see about 40 cheese. But then he also has an upgrade, right? It doesn't actually say anywhere that he has an upgrade, but we definitely clicked that button. So the fact that we're seeing 38.75 cheese means that he's not producing... He might just be doing this plus... was that upgrade that we got for him half again? Yeah, increased by half. So that doesn't quite add up. But it's close, right? If he's just producing the cheese from the cows, plus half, he would be at 37.5. And then, does he get a bonus? Oh, he has 2 families. Does that explain it? How much extra production is a family? 5%? Yeah, that might... Okay. So they do only produce cheese from the single largest source of cheese. Alright, who do we want to train these guys now as parchment makers? But they have to construct a pasture on the animal. So they have to do it within our borders. And it looks to me like they expend the animal when doing so. That's fine. I mean, we'll figure it out. So it seems like it's really good to get them their upgrades then, because the upgrades increase the amount of parchment they're making without increasing the amount of animals they're using to do it. Also, do they make the, Hold on, let's look at this again. 6 parchment from 1 pig each turn. So you construct a pasture on the animals. They make the parchment out of them, but they add them to your stockpile first. What I'm wondering is, if we put down a parchment maker pasture on some cows, and we also had our cow ranch producing a cow each turn, would that mean that the parchment maker never actually runs out of stuff to do? Because it sounds like he's not exhausting his tile. He's exhausting the animals from your stockpile. So if you could just feed more animals in, then you're good. So we'll have him construct his thing on these sheep, and maybe we could get more sheep eventually. Like, we could watchmen again. I mean, we're talking about spending an awful lot of people on expanding our borders, though. Alright, so we're doing pretty well on food. We're now at plus 40 from cheese. I don't know. I don't know why the values are fluctuating quite the way they are. Ooh, vellum makers. Wow, that's really efficient. Okay, research that. And I can't research that. I gotta research something in the interim here. Okay. And we're probably not gonna actually bother building a shepherd, but we gotta research something to get access to vellum makers. We'll start producing parchment now, and then at some point we'll upgrade that guy, but we have a lot of stuff to do. So at this point we have a bunch of steel. This is probably the time to start construction of some steel tools, and then a steel armor smith, and then probably we turn our steel tool maker into a steel weaponsmith, right? Because we don't necessarily need to keep generating steel tools forever. In much the same way that we don't need to keep generating all the stuff we're generating now forever. Alright, so we can now train shepherds. But what I really want to train is vellum makers. Okay, oh, you know what? I was understanding this. Produces parchment from animals added to your stockpile by constructing a pasture on them. I was reading that as he produces parchment from, and then, like, the next nugget of meaning is animal... I was misunderstanding this, thinking that he would build the pasture and add the animals to the stockpile, but he's a settled profession, which it says right here in this icon. Okay, that's fine. Can we control which one he does? We could just have him stop eventually, right? But as long as we keep the amount of cattle above that 25 threshold, which it will be for an extremely long time, our cheesemaker is going to be producing tons and tons of food. Yeah, okay. Okay, everything's cool. So we're not going to get a new clan for 14 turns. We need to turn somebody into something useful here. What do we need? We need Steel Toolmaker. We have 63 tools. And we've upgraded our caravans to the point where they bring tons and tons of tools in each time they come in. But we also could retrain one of these guys who are not necessarily terribly useful in the honor profession. We could also retrain this guy. He wants to be settled. Is he going to get mad if he gets out of Discovery? No. And it's a shame that he's already in something, but everybody is already in something. We could retrain... Who's doing something that's not, like, super useful? We probably still need steel. We're going to need a bunch of steel, I'm sure. You guys are necessary. You are probably not necessary anymore. And you're in crafting. Ah, but we don't need crafting. We need people who are in metalworking. Okay, yeah, I'll just retrain the hunter. You can become a steel toolsmith. You can take 7 turns for the retrain. It's a little bit of a... Spend a little bit of extra time training every time you move somebody from one discipline to another. The fact is, we don't really need a lot of people on honor. Even though we do have to train elite military units, we're going to do so by pressing a button here that has a predetermined timer on it. It doesn't have anything to do with their current discipline. Okay. What do we want to buy? I want to buy parchment. I know that. We have a huge amount of timber, and they're giving an unusually good price for selling timber. Yep, see that button just kind of slowly sliding across the screen, desperately trying to escape from me. Alright, that was cloth. I just pressed buy on the wrong thing. Whatever. It's all good. We'll just sell some more timber and make up for it. Okay, so we got a lot of parchment. We're actually positive on iron now. We don't really need much of anything at this point. We could buy more steel. And I suppose, like, even though the price for salt is bad at this caravan, we're producing salt so much faster than we're using it. Let's just go ahead and buy all this steel, I guess? I don't really know what else I would buy. Yeah, sure. We don't have any fine cloth. We could have purchased fine cloth, but also I don't think we need any fine cloth. So we have enough parchment now that we could produce, or we could start forgiving people as soon as we have that profession. I maybe could have researched that instead of just going for vellum makers. I saw the option to make a thing more efficiently, and I got all distracted by it. We'll probably retrain that guy into a vellum maker, right? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we should just swap the research. Yeah. Yeah. So you're a social profession. Okay. We're going to switch over to instructors. I actually don't think I need vellum makers. I'm just a real sucker for increased efficiency in resource conversion. The only reason I play board games is they allow me to increase efficiency in resource conversion. And who doesn't love that? Alright, well, apparently we're just going to hit finish turn a bunch of times here. We don't have a lot of people to order around. Most of our people are either settled or structure residents. Alright, so there are no upgrades to instructor. That's not a big surprise. There's a couple different ways of producing knowledge. Catapulters. Sell in weakening dug-in enemy armies by reducing their supply, however they are slow, vulnerable, and expensive. That does seem interesting, doesn't it? We could also try to increase our fame. 100 fame per turn, if you can pay the price. The thing is, the more we increase our fame, the more we're going to have to increase our food. Do I actually need more bodies, or do I just need to be more efficient with my training? Because we already have people in our settlement who are sitting around doing nothing. So maybe the problem isn't the number of bodies, but just how I've allocated them. And my ability to continue allocating them. Alright, what else might we want here? Kiln Masters produce 10 stone blocks from 5 coal each turn. That's a lot of stone blocks. Unfortunately, we don't really need stone blocks anymore. What if I decided I did need fine cloth? Why don't we go ahead and unlock the ability to have fine cloth, right? I don't know that we need much else. Yeah. What do you do again? We theoretically could need that. I'm just thinking, like, if we're going to conquer some people so that we can unlock them to play as someone else in the next game. What does a collier do? Okay, just way more effective at making coal out of timber. We could also go after really efficient board production, I guess. Yeah, let's, I suppose, go after the really efficient board production. What does this do? Use salt to turn food into more food. Produces 100 food from 4 salt and 4 food each turn. Oh yeah? That seems good. Needs boards. Alright, let's learn how to make boards. So we just gotta pick up somebody... Here, we'll pick up dyers in case we wanted to make fine cloth. And then we'll pick up hewers after that. And with our steel toolsmith done, we gotta retrain some people in some stuff. I would like to train somebody now in the profession, the storied profession of instruction. And why not have it be the guy who already has 8 levels in discovery? He's going to discover a reason for everybody to calm down and love us once again. Alright, we could... You know what we could do here? We have enough parchment. I don't need to buy parchment anymore. Could just upgrade the caravan again. This will make caravans also often have steel armor and weapons. So you could kind of short-circuit the whole production mechanism if you just get a lot of treasure really fast. Alright, I'm going to do this. We're going to sell salt and upgrade the caravan. We'll see if we can't speed things up a little bit by just buying some of our tools and armor. I wonder if this is unusually peaceful for a game. Because we really haven't had to fight any other major clans, and a big part of that probably is me being able to completely bail to my own little peninsula over here. But I wonder if it is usually the case that you end up fighting a lot? Okay, wow. Hey, that's cool. Sometimes I forget about how aggressive some of the people in our employ are. So who do we want to train in what now? We have an instructor, and we should probably use that instructor to do stuff, right? So, allows traits to be removed, allows crimes to be removed. I want to remove your crimes, Clan Hulbert. I right-clicked. They're still upset, but they have never done a crime as far as anybody else knows. Does that have any effect at all? I don't know. I guess we'll see if anything changes. Oh, right. I was on the screen because I was going to train somebody. So we need steel tool makers, obviously. Or not tool makers. We need steel weapon and armor makers. You are currently producing normal tools. You have all this metalworking experience. Yeah, alright. I'm going to retrain this clan. If we run out of normal tools, I'll feel silly. But we get you on weapon making, like, right away. You now train dyers, not that I would. And now we want to train somebody to become a steel armor maker, which is going to require steel tools. How many steel tools does that take? 10. So it's going to be, what, like a couple turns? It's going to be 2 turns before we can do that. So, who wants to be trained in something for 2 turns? I'm definitely not going to give you the steel tool upgrade. We'll give you the normal tool upgrade, I suppose. Oh, we can train clans in disciplines. Train a clan in a new discipline for free or train up their level in their current discipline for parchment. Yeah, we could swap somebody over to metalworking, train them up for 2 turns, and then when we have the steel tools, get them to armor smithing. Let's do that. So who wants to stop doing what they're doing now and do something else? You are weaving cloth for us. We do not need this much cloth. Yeah, you're good. Clan Ralph, I'm training you in metalworking. You were almost capped out, too. Will they be upset if we do that? Hold on. Oh, that's right. We can remove traits from clans to parchment, too. That's interesting. But the point is, I was looking at this. No, Clan Ralph should be perfectly fine at metalworking. Then we study a profession, get ourselves hewers. So yeah, these top-tier professions are costing us 10 turns each to research, even with an upgraded Tinkerer. That's an awfully high knowledge requirement. Alright, so now we're going to train them in that discipline again. Oh no, actually I have the number of tools I need. Is training them in this discipline going to... Hold on. Training time works... How does training time work? There was definitely a tooltip somewhere that explained how fast training was and how much profession level affected it. Trained. Here we go. You can train clans into specific disciplines. Can be a good way to get a clan ready for a role you know you wanted to serve in. Switching a clan from one discipline to another is free. You can further increase its level in a discipline. As long as a clan... Okay. Learning the initial discipline tack. No, that's not useful. I'm trying to skim these as quickly. Yeah, this is, it's not clear to me exactly how this affects things. Well, let's do a test. So, at level 1, it would take 10 turns to make you an armorsmith. Let's train you from level 1 to level 3 and see what the effect of that is. We're producing a huge amount of parchment, so I'm not worried about running out of it. Sorry, let me do this. Okay, so now you're level 3, and training you in armorsmith would be 8 turns. So each turn I spend training you in the discipline takes 2 turns off of the thing, which means we should do this as many times as we can. I mean, it's somewhat expensive, but... Yeah, man, you just keep cutting down trees, man. We have 86 parchment right now. Wait, how much? It doesn't really cost much parchment at all, does it? Wow, yeah, it costs like nothing. Okay, I probably should have been doing this the whole time. We could have reduced some of those training times. You have to have some parchment. I guess we have a ton of parchment now, but we didn't really have any parchment income for a long time. Okay, but we're learning things. We can streamline our next game, the path in the next game considerably. There is stuff available for us. Out of curiosity, if I were to upgrade the caravan again, it cannot be upgraded any further. That makes sense. I was going to say, what else could they possibly bring us? Well, the bad news is that a lot of the stuff that we have a ton of is at a lower buy price than usual. Caravan having a surplus of the things that we have a surplus of. We do have way too many stone blocks. We can still sell those for a lot. Obviously, the plan here is to buy all of the steel armor and weapons. So for that, I'm going to need 1,000 total treasure. But it turns out that's not even that intimidating of a number. I can just do that. I can just have 1,000 treasure if I want. I don't think there's anything else here that's actually worth buying. We could sell off some more of these. And then buy all this cheese. Bam. Food sorted for the rest of the game, probably. We don't really need parchment. I think we've sort of topped out here. We are out the top side of the game economy. So I can do this now, right? We have our... Yeah. Hey, Clan Mannheim. Go forth and become a legion. You love legioning. Okay. Now that's happening. If we had... So we're going to have... Actually, we have 10 weapons now. Almost training this guy. But it still makes more sense to give him one more turn of discipline training. We're going to have our armor income soon, right? Mostly what I want to do here is I want to see if we can have two clans doing this at the same time. And Aldemar has joined us. They are archers. They are afraid of water. Terrified of it. Well, good news. I hear there's no water in Rome. No, that can't possibly be true. Alright, so you become a steel armor smith. We could probably, by training them up again, get that training time down to 1 turn, but at this point, that's the same total number of turns. So, we're over the hour, but I want to get to 20... or 10. Is it 10? It is totally 10. I want to get to 10 steel armor in our bank and send another clan up and see if we can do a thing here. So, hold on. This guy just committed a crime. I can right-click on this. Yep, and it just goes away and everybody else is happy and he doesn't become unhappy. So removing people's crimes is not about making them not guilty after the fact. It's about being able to erase the crime right away before you have to punish them. So, like, Clan Hulbert is never going to get happier. We can't fix this now. But we can prevent it from happening to anybody else by having an instructor sitting around. Not, honestly, a great reason to have an instructor, it seems like. Alright, we are chewing through our steel pretty quickly now. I think we should probably retrain the steel toolmaker. I don't know that we need steel tools anymore. Because now all we're really waiting for is the victory timer. So let's turn you into something else. Or would we be better off? No, I still don't have anything interesting to train you in. I mean, we could teach Clan Nanny to become catapults. That's a cool idea for later, maybe. So... I guess I could train you as a steel armor smith. Yeah, you're good at metalworking. Actually, right, the right version of this is we train them in metalworking once, and then we train them to be armor smiths. Because we have enough weapons already. We need a lot more steel. Maybe I should retrain them as a steel worker. Or as a steel maker. I don't have the normal tools to do that. That's fine. So we are running through our steel pretty quickly. But we can always just pause people, right? It's not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to train catapulters. We're going to see if we can, in fact, make that clan happy by having them drive catapults around and shoot at people. Alright, it sounds fun to me. Okay, we have the resources now to start another... Okay, so we can have clans doing this concurrently. Well, you're off to Rome, my friend. Okay, so this is definitely our path to victory. We're going to get 5 clans into Roman Legion training, and then we are going to become the Magister Militum. Because it turns out we will own the entire army, so the person in charge is whoever we say it is. Surprise, we say it's us. Well, I think that is a good path for tomorrow. For today, we are all done. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to potentially see us win the game? Maybe. 24 turns is a lot. But at least on the path to winning the game. And we'll see you then.